What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. If you're new here, I make DIY makeup and hair related content. So today's video is just going to be how you can start like your makeup kit involving your tools. I know a lot of people feel like they need 1,000 brushes to get a bomb makeup look, but in reality you don't. So if you want to see what type of tools do you need to start doing your makeup, make sure you keep on watching. So I already have my eyebrows filled in. So when I do my eyebrows, sometimes I do it with pomade, sometimes I do it with a pencil. So with the pencil, you're in luck because you don't necessarily need to get any tools to do your eyebrows if you have a pencil, because usually they do come with this little spoolie. So I just fill them in and now I just brush them out. So this is one less tool that you have to worry about. If you're going to do pomade, however, this is where this brush comes in. This brush is one of my faves. I don't necessarily love this one, but it's a good brush. It's a dual-sided and it has a spoolie and then an angle side. A trick that I'm going to give you guys is I like to glue this side of the brush. I like my brushes nice and thin and kind of sturdy, like kind of hard. So I put a little bit of eyelash glue on this side of the brush so it can get hard, and I also like pinch it really tight so it maintains that shape. And that's what I use to fill in my eyebrows and give it like hair-like strokes when I use my pomade. This is from e.l.f. I think it was about like $4 or $3. You can get any double-sided brush for no more than $6, so this is very useful. Now we're jumping into cleaning up the eyebrows. This brush, if you can see, it's very thin, but it's mostly because I made it that way. So over time, when you use product and you wash it, I always like to squeeze this very tight so I get this nice flat look. I also like rounded bristles for my eyebrows. Some people like squared, which is perfectly fine. I've seen people use these type of brushes for their eyebrows, which is perfectly fine, but me personally, I like them round like this and flat. So over time when I use it, with the concealer, it just, you know, maintains the shape. And also when you wash it, make sure you dry it and then you squeeze it. This is really good to really get in there and clean up under your eyebrow. All right, I don't care if you think that you found the best sponge ever. Like this is only, I think it's $5 now. It used to be $4, but then they realized that they're actually really good, so they up it up $1, but it's just $6. And I think this is honestly better than the beauty blender, other than the fact that the beauty blender is $20. This does not soak up too much product. I use this anytime I do my makeup, and sometimes I even like apply the product onto this and it still does not like soak it all up. But this is what I use for my face. If I'm traveling and I need to take any sponge, I'm pretty sure gonna take this one, because you can't use it for like your under eye area, even if you want to contour or anything like that. I usually just use this side for what's this called, for foundation. One I want to talk about, this is what I usually use for my under eye. This is from Shopmissa. It's their Wonder Blender beauty blender. It was only $1 and it looks like the beauty blender. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys my beauty blender. It's not wet, so it's not any, it is. It's not wet, so of course it's smaller, but like it's so overrated, and this is just $1 and it works amazing. Like, I love this. All right, now moving on to this brush right here. This is what I use for my powder brush. You can use there's two variations of brushes that you can use for powder. You have the option of using something like this, and then you have the option of using something like this. So one is more round, the other one's more like a, I guess like a flat rounded. But for today, we're gonna stick to this one. I actually love the shape of this one. It's easy to like get into certain corners. You can pat, you can brush. I love this. Our eyelids are nice and set. Excuse my nails, y'all. It's time to get them done again. And my nail tech, me, is being very lazy. So this brush is, ooh, you almost saw it. This brush is so important to your collection. If you have this one brush, you can achieve literally any eye look. If you have fingers, you just need this one brush. And you're all set. You can make the most simplest eye look to the most difficult eye look, okay? So the brush I am talking about is this fluffy brush right here. This fluffy brush, there's so many variations of fluffy brushes that you can have. Like you can have this nice simple one, you can have a bigger one, you can have a more fanned out one. Like, you know, there's many variations, like a little thin one. But if you're just growing your makeup toolkit, one brush is fine. The reason why you need a fluffy brush like this is what you can use to literally blend out anything, because the key to any makeup thing is you need to blend it well. It doesn't take much for an eye look to look bomb as long as you blend. And a fluffy brush, oh no, a fluffy brush does this so well. So I have that nice and blended. Now I'm going to go in with my fingers to apply my lid shade. You see how simple that was? Just patting with your fingers. Sometimes you can wipe to get a more intense look. See that? Wow. Whoa. It's actually better than I expected it. And makeup is hard. Now, if you do want to get a brush, you can definitely use this type of brush. This is your basic eyeshadow brush. You use this for any lid shade or to pack on any eyeshadow onto your lid or your whole eye. Wow, don't sleep on these e.l.f. Bite-sized shadows. This looks so nice. All right, using the same eyeshadow brush, just to show that it's versatile. Oh, another thing, one thing I like to keep in handy that is also considered a tool is a makeup towel. You need a makeup towel that you know that you're only going to use for makeup. That means it can get stained with foundation, stained with anything, and you're okay with it. I use this to wipe off any eyeshadow that I have and I need to use the same brush and I just need to clean it off and boom. See, we're back to having a brand new eyeshadow brush. You can also use this thing called a color switch. So a color switch is just, you know, the name says it all. The same thing I did with this towel, you can do it with an actual color switch. I use both. Honestly, I just really wanted to try this out, so I bought it. It was from Shopmissa and it was only $1. Using the same brush, I'm going to go into a lighter shimmery color and we're going to apply this on our inner corners. So I think I went over all of my eye brushes, so now it's time to move on to the face. So for face, I'm going to go in with an e.l.f. putty primer. This primer is bomb.com. Foundation, I'm gonna use this NARS. What is this? This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the color Aruba. Is this my color? I don't know, we'll see. So I just put this all over my face. I'm gonna show you two tools that I use for my makeup. This one I'm gonna start with. This is the buffing foundation brush from e.l.f. As you can see, I love e.l.f. because e.l.f. is so affordable and they bring you bomb ass makeup products and makeup tools. They're really good. Even their skincare is kind of getting up there, but I'm not gonna vouch for it yet because I haven't tried it. But before this foundation dries up, I'm going to use this brush and I'm going to buff out my foundation. This is one of my favorite brushes to apply foundation because it doesn't leave any streaks and it really makes your skin look airbrushed. Like, do you see this? Another tool I'm gonna use is my e.l.f. foundation, my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge, and I'm just going to pat this. And do you see this? Nice and seamless. Foundation is applied. To me, this looks a little gray, but whatever. So I'm gonna go in with NARS Creamy Concealer, and for this, all I use is my my sponge. This just feels so soft. Now I'm going to also cream contour using the Total Face Sponge, just to show you guys the side that I use to cream contour. I use the longer side and it really blends out any product, any consistency really well. Alright, so now I'm going to set my under eyes. I'm going to use that the same sponge that I use for my concealer, and now I'm going to buff that out with my powder brush. Now we are going to use a angled brush. This angled brush, I use it for applying my contour, bronzer. I'm gonna say my contour because I use a bigger brush for my bronzer. So this is just to chisel out and set where I cream contour. And now we're going to bronze the face with this really big bronzer brush. This is so good to just get all up in there. I like my face to look really bronzed, you know, especially since I have not gotten a tan. We have 2 more brushes to go through. So this is what I use for, oh, and it's actually called a blush brush. This is what I use for my blush. This is from Real Technique. I use a very big tapered brush. So I guess you can say like this is a very nice beginner friendly blush brush. And last but not least, the #1 brush that I loved, and I had to make sure that I got a really good one because this has to be one of my favorite steps, is highlighting. So this highlighting brush comes from Shopmissa. It's their F19, their highlighting brush. This brush is so nice. It's very delicate. It doesn't make you look like you just put a whole line of highlight. It really blends out really well and I love it. It was only $1, which is even better. That's why I got 2. And it also gets into like certain places that you need it to get to, like under the brow bone. Alright, so that concludes the face real quick and all the brushes. I'm going to go and put some mascara on and a lip color and then I'll be back. Okay, so I put on a lip, put on some mascara, and I don't know if this is a tool or anything, but I always set my face with setting spray. And then one important step that I do is I use the same sponge that has the foundation on it and I just press it into my skin very gently so the setting spray really goes in there and, you know, sets my face. But that concludes this video. I was very excited to show you guys, especially those who are starting out to try makeup. Some of the tools that I use and that are so easy to use, you don't need a whole bunch of sponges and a whole bunch of brushes to start your makeup kit. These are just some quick tools that I use that give me a bomb look. As you can see, like, this looks so nice. So you can go from something like this is just, let me see how many brushes I used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I used 10 brushes and 2 sponges, and that's usually what you get in a set. Sometimes you can even just buy a set of makeup brushes and it literally tells you what you need it for. I'll leave some of my favorite sets down below. I get mine when I first started out my makeup. I got mine from Amazon and that set lasted me so long, and it got me through a whole lot of like makeup tutorials. Just wanted to show you guys something quick. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. For those who have been commenting and liking my videos, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.